Welcome back. We have a news alert for you. Moodys is lowering its credit rating on the United States debt one notch to AA from AAA due to increasing government debt and interest payments, but improving the outlook to stable from negative. Moodys doesn't think the current fiscal proposals being considered will result in material reductions in spending, but it's also saying it doesn't expect significant impact from tariffs on economic growth. They do expect the U.S. debt will rise to about 134% of GDP by 2035.
Hey, give me a few minutes of your time, and I'm going to break down her segment in about 4 separate parts. Right here is the scale for Moody's grading system and how they grade. I want you to take a look at the prime portion. Now, those are short-term debts, whatever. Do you remember 2008 when they had the subprime mortgage scandal and mortgage crisis? That's because the crap that they were selling and bundling up was below prime. It was subprime mortgages. But let's keep going. Let's just break down what she was talking about. It's very funny how under Trump's administration, under Make America Great Again, they have cut our credit rating. In other words, they have cut the United States credit score down under this administration. Trump is doing a good thing, if you can believe it. By Moody's downgrading our credit rating for the country, it's only showing what everybody in the country right now is going through. Everybody's credit in America is not doing so well because they're not paying us a livable wage. They keep raising rents. They keep raising mortgages. Credit card payments are going up. Trump just signed legislation to get rid of banks for trying to overcharge you for overdrafting. Trump has tried to disband and has fired the people at the CFPB, the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. Just fired them, got rid of them altogether. So there's no protection for the American worker there. Trump got rid of all of that. So Americans, credit score has gone down. Now, what Trump is doing to the country has done to the American people under Trump.
Increasing government debt and interest payments.
You see what I'm talking about? The country as a whole has a credit problem. They, Republicans, Democrats, Independent, Bernie Sanders, you name it, they are spending more than we take in, to include trying to give rich people $1 trillion in tax break and take away the social safety net of the American people. That's why our credit rating has gone down. Not only have we maxed the credit card, we are $2 trillion over the limit. And the Republicans are trying to add $4 more trillion.
Moodys doesn't think the current fiscal proposals being considered will result in material reductions in spending.
And what I said just played into what she just said. The tax proposals that they're trying to come up with are just dumb. You can't give rich people a $2, $3, $4 trillion tax break that you gave them in 2016-17 that's supposed to expire this year. You can't extend that and then in addition give them another $2, $3 trillion in tax breaks. Then you cannot go and say we're going to take from Social Security, we're going to take from the American people and elderly people. I'm not talking about people that can work. I'm talking about sick elderly people. We're going to take $2 billion or $1 trillion from them to pay for the rich and expect those poor people to continue to pay their bills. That's why they reduced the credit rate, because the math ain't mathing in MAGA.
But it's also saying it doesn't expect significant impact from tariffs on economic growth.
And that's because the way the country is set up now, tariffs is not the issue. Yes, back when America was an agrarian society, that's agriculture and farming, we could get away with tariffs, and that's why we had a lot of wars when it came to tariffs. I'm not going to go into the history. But now that the country does not live and survive on tariffs, you can't say now after 100 years we're going to go back to tariffs. It takes 10, 20, if not 50 years to convert back to tariffs. So that plan right now as it stands is bullshit because it takes time. You can't do it in Trump's 4 years.
They do expect the U.S. debt will rise to about 134% of GDP by 2035.
Pretty much what that means is if we continue to use this credit card based on the interest rate we have now to include the drop in our credit rating, the debt is going to skyrocket up higher than what it is right now. What that means is, let's say you make $100 in a year and now you make 34% more. Your income now is $134. What she just said was, we will owe all of our money that we make. We will owe all of that in addition to 34% more. How can you pay the additional 34% when you can barely pay the 100 that you owe now? This is what Trump called making America great again. What do you think?